All right. I think we're done with all the yapping, which means that we're gonna have to do some more yapping in battle. Hello everybody, my name is David, you can call me Zen, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. In the previous episode, we finally started to try to get a move on to the mountain, but we ended up dealing with a whole bunch of skits and fishing. This time we are going to actually continue through the mountain trail and hopefully get to the next region by the end of the episode today. Anywho, this is obviously a new traversable area, so this is going to be almost like a little bit of a mini dungeon type vibe. And oh, they've never heard of rice up until now? Well, I guess they would have had like a much more significant follow-up dialogue if that were fully the case. I want y'all to know that that took significantly longer than it probably should have in the grand scheme of things, but it is all worth it in the long run if it means that I get 7,300 gold, because you know that I've been actually spending quite a bit of money these past couple times playing, and so I kind of need to get to a point where I can like comfortably like get new gear as I need to. And thankfully I've been paying enough attention to what's it called, like everybody's benefits to combat. Obviously a lot of these units fly, so oh, I accidentally double used all those moves, but yeah, like I was saying, everything's just kind of like simple enough. I just feel like I haven't had enough money, especially lately, to kind of keep track of all the different upgrades and such that I've been trying to do. I agree, Wordwell. Well, have you tried not getting blisters? Sometimes when I'm like doing my part in trying to like record and edit, sometimes I feel like I say a whole bunch of nothing because my brain doesn't work like fast enough at times to say what I want to say like adequately. So I end up just almost rambling to myself, and it's part of the reason why I had started working on what's it called, having one headphone ear out, so that way my brain doesn't get over processed by all the Savage Rupture is cool, but overwhelmed by all the game audio. Thankfully it isn't too bad. I just wish that sometimes that my brain wasn't built like that, because having to lose my train of thought because of like a noise is like, oh ow, it's just very unfortunate is all. Oh, that wasn't the end of the battle. I thought that was. That's super awkward. One thing that I am super excited for, by the way, is when my brain remembers how to function correctly. But when my brain is that a golem over there? No, it's not. But this is gonna be rough if I don't use my boost action. Alright, pretty easy all around. Oh, they weren't kidding. Sewing mantle, that should be for Renewal if I'm not mistaken. Oh, never mind, it's for our lord over here. Well, I guess our former lord.
This equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Well, he can really like it all he wants. He's not the one that's gonna wear it. That's only for our nice little lord over here, who is looking pretty snazzy, if I do say so myself. So we are just kind of moving forward and exploring at our own little pace. Though I think that there's still a lot of area left for us to kind of... Ooh, red sage. There's a lot of area for us to explore in this region. And maybe I can use this as a good opportunity to kind of talk about my thoughts of this kind of region as a whole, Eldemacia, I think that this was definitely a step up from the previous two arcs. And I understand that for Calaglia, that's set up to be a very basic tutorial type setting to kind of establish like the goods, the bads, and like our goal. And so they added in a falling layer, you know, kind of with Cyslodia. And then they added on that even further about what if. They added in just a whole bunch of what ifs. And it's like, what if your mentor's son hated him? You know, daddy issues. Wouldn't be a JRPG without some sort of parental issues, you know? But for Eldemacia, I think that having the backstabbing Pope type of narrative worked.
Quite literally.
All right, so in this cavern, I am imagining that there's going to be a large Zoogle here. So I'm going to try to kind of mentally prepare myself for that fight. So even though I'm in an effort to kind of mentally prepare myself for this, I think I'm gonna need to use an orange though is the first thing I'm gonna think. And then, actually, let me see the red stage. Let's get Rinwell a little bit closer to speed. And we'll use actually one of our happy bottles while we're at. Oh, I only have 4 life bottles, so I hope that this giant Zoogle isn't actually too big of a threat. Otherwise, it's about to be real awkward. Okay. Okay, no, there's just a weapon chest by the end of this. So we're just basically just looping around. That isn't actually too terrifying. Okay, as I was saying, this should be a relatively simple enough area to try to make our way through. We only have one more battle to do, and then we should be at the chest basically. So it shouldn't be too long now. Something I've kind of thought about in the back of my head that I don't think has come up super often though, is that I'm kind of wondering if there's any sort of controlled way to do the combined finishers. Thank goodness for the happy bottle. And thank goodness we got a new piece of equipment for Rinwell. So, you know, I was right, but it was just a little delayed is all. Just a little bit. All right, so we already got through this little cavern area, so we don't have to come back here. Gonna try to get away with exploring every little nook and cranny that this area has to offer, so that way by the time we enter the next region officially, we should be like in a relatively good spot. I appreciate that Rinwell was in a good, got some new armor out of the two. Okay, so we still have this bottom area, which I don't know if that's the correct way or if there's an actual correct like direction we should be going. I've just been kind of walking around. Seriously? There. Yeah, they are, Law. You've been doing pretty good for yourself. I'm proud of you, King. And okay, I guess I understand that I have livestock that have reached maturity. I will get to them when I get to them, game. I appreciate your concern, but I am doing a-okay just on my own. And we still have more battles to go. So Law's been getting a lot of the action of the finishers lately, and while I'm chilling and vibing with it, I was just kind of surprised because he hasn't been in the party for a bit. And man, there's so many little mini cave areas like this. I'm kind of here for it, to be honest, though. All right, we like being a lucky ducky. We also like having. Oh no. I hope I don't have to help any more people along the road, otherwise I'm gonna have to rest at the end and then have to work my way back without much more than that. But I'm glad that we got the guy, because I'm actually really enjoying the fact that we've been able to save as many, well, I shouldn't say save as many lives, but help out as many people as we have been thus far. But it looks like we only have one real area left to go. I'm guessing in this like trail area, so we shouldn't worry too much. Well, there's 2 areas that we can go. I can wait for the game to tell me that this is the correct way, or I can go back up and around towards the other area. Kind of hard to immediately say right now. But if this is the upcoming next area, then I might just go on ahead and head back. And if vice versa, then we should be okay. And I thought there was gonna be a cute little secret right there. This is the next area.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think that's a
I'm not going
bad
to stay
thing.
his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else.
And I think that's a good place to be.
I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Exactly.
In the end, pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
What? Wait, what does she mean by
When I set out on
that?
this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing?
Kisara is actually just gonna be the best character. There's no ifs, and, ors, or
You
buts.
the weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Do you know how to cook?
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
To be fair, that's protein, and he needs as much protein as he can get.
But you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Wait, are they fleshing out the food mechanic?
Vegetables too.
Isn't that obvious?
It
Wait,
does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two.
so she
about
became our
cooking as
fisherman
well.
and our
Hear
chef
that, Law?
in the span of
Sounds
2
like you'll be eating
episodes.
Your greens after all.
What is it? No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all
Yeah,
this.
what does Olin bring to the table outside of his combat prowess and
Good
expertise?
to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything
Bro, I'm gonna
to
beat you
someone
up.
else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I like that Alphen is trying to make sure that his
Keep
team
your
is actually going to be a
expectations too
team.
high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
All right, so we already know that next area is going to be where we need to go to next. Let's hear the skit, and then we're going to head back in the other
Something
direction to
wrong?
see what we got over
You
there.
look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh, who's you two?
Etiquette.
Indeed.
Oh, the other
To be quite
guys.
frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
Oh,
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
goodness, he's laying it on thick.
Slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper.
Not him dragging Kisara
Because
into
I was
this.
given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It
Yes.
would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
Don't need to
Exactly.
beat yourself up. I
Sorry,
wasn't
my
that
back just
offended by what you
suddenly.
said, man.
Nevertheless,
It's like, it was like someone just made like a little like stab, stabby stab. And I'm like, I'm literally just sitting here.
From learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
Damn.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Nope, not in the slightest. Let's head back up to this ladder and get over to that other area before freaking Dolium tries to just like think his head off about how to get Alphen and Law on the same page. Like I said, I think it's a little endearing that like the skits in Tales series really do help like make some of these characters stand out and pop out more, and I truly enjoy that about these games. It's one of the few things that really makes it just a lot of fun sometimes to play, because you have little cute moments like that and it just makes for a much more enjoyable experience. So do you want to head to this area? I'm not sure, because we have a whole bunch of different like sub areas of this mountain range that we can kind of go towards, and I'm just very confused on what is actually the next step. Because maybe I was wrong. Maybe the other way was the correct way.
What's that big tower over there?
Sorry, the way that Alphen like was speaking for a second, like I don't know why it freaked me out. But yeah, it's very plausible that we aren't actually even supposed to be here yet. And oh, you want to know what I realized? So a Tale staple is that there's this item called the Sorcerer's Ring.
Should be all grown up by now.
Oh yes, let me, before I get too like captivated. Yeah, there we go. Let's continue to make beef, pork, and chicken. 1 second. Okay, so I went on ahead and already checked that little area that I was thinking that we might be able to go in. We are unable to go to that little spot that I was thinking that we might have had a shot of going into. I also did a little bit of shopping and selling, so we do have some new equipment. Not necessarily across the board, but I am now realizing that me selling my weapons last episode was a mistake, because there are now upgraded versions of a lot of the weapons that I had previously sold. So due to that, there might be situations where I am now having to do the initial recrafting and then kind of fixing it more or less, which is a little unfortunate. I knew that I should have just kept my weapons. When I edited the episode, I was like, oh, wait, David, you shouldn't actually sell these. It's probably important that you keep them. And lo and behold, should have kept them. All right, let's go ahead and descend and skip past that mob, because we're running a little bit low on time, and I know that there's going to be at least like some degree of cuts and everything in this episode, but I gotta still edit the episode at least, so we still got a little bit more to do. By a little bit more to do, I mean just walk through this section. Shion?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
Oh, I think she got the
Can't
hint.
spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niaz, is our destination right now.
But you can't overwork yourself, Shion. I get it.
Will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
He cares, Shion. He cares.
Been looking for you. For me? Why?
I bet you he's a lord. Wait, where's the rest of the team at? Okay, there we go.
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire.
Wait, I didn't mean to start a boss battle.
A new melody.
Fine.
Who the hell are you?
At least they let us rest for a second, so let's just get the boost break going.
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Forgive me.
Where was the first aids at? Shion, I was trusting you, baby girl. I shouldn't call you baby girl. But I did get some new arts while we were kind of waiting, so I do have negative gate now for why can't I remember his name? Dohalim. So let's see. Oh my goodness. I wonder if we can at least get through the first quarter. Get away from me! Get away from me!
I need you, remember?
His moves are a little bit easier to like tell what's going on, thankfully. Okay, thank goodness. Oh! Oh no! Oh, he don't care. Oh, he just beat. He's just beating everyone senseless. Dude, I swear to God, if you do something to Hoodle, I will. Scared the crap out. If he doesn't, I would have stopped the. The game would have ended.
Is that all that you've got? Very well, then die.
Oh. He got his eye. You have to use the flaming sword. New power?
A wretch like you?
Wait. What is happening?
Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please.
It only even has healing magic.
Alphen?
Shion.
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
Sorry, my mouth just sitting there agape the whole time.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
But
Growth.
I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Because he beat everyone here.
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
That was way too much. I wanted to end off the video, not have a whole boss fight.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
I don't know about
His
that.
sword went nearly straight through you.
Almost Sephiroth
I'm
did it.
alright. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine.
Like her showing gratitude, like this is what I
Also
wanted.
that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember?
When did they fill each
Besides,
other in on
we
like
should
who
really
they
be getting out
were?
of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Okay,
Hey,
that was too much. That was too much to happen in such a short time, but I think that we can save heading to the capital for the next episode. That was, I guess, just the amount of story that I needed in that moment. So thank you guys all very much for watching today's surprisingly long episode of Tales of Arise. In the next episode, we are going to be moving on and hopefully reaching the capital of the next region, whose name I already forgot. But if you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like, a dislike, a comment, interact with it, you know, algorithm and stuff. Anywho, I'll see you guys all in the next one, okay? You guys have a good rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this, really.